New changes in Tomorrowland, topiaries installed throughout the downtown Disney district, and Cars Land celebrating 10 amazing years at California Adventure. All that and so much more. It's time to drop into Disneyland. Hey there, hi there, ho there, you are as welcome as can be. How's it going, friends? Wade for the Kingdom Report back with you once again, covering all the latest Disneyland news, Disneyland updates, and Disneyland changes happening at the happiest place on Earth. The summer season getting underway this week, and the crowds have arrived for it. Everybody looking to get their slice of the happiest place on Earth this summertime. We start today in Tomorrowland, where drought-friendly plants have been placed at the front of the land. Big changes out here, as for the last year and a half since Disneyland reopened, we've only seen a pad of grass in these spaces. Well, now drought-friendly plants have gone into these spots, even though the design artwork at the front of the land displays something very different was supposed to be coming. We anticipate that this will still be something we will see in the near future. However, that is not today, and we will deal with the drought-friendly plants as of right now. Deeper into Tomorrowland we go, where Hyperspace Mountain continues its run, and will do so until July the 4th, transitioning back to the classic Space Mountain on July the 5th. So OG fans rejoice, you're getting your classic back. And around the corner, Star Wars Launch Bay has been in sort of an identity crisis since Disneyland reopened last year. Of course, the building has not reopened, a double-decker building that has so much space, but these three signs outside indicate that there's a lot going on here, at least on the perimeter, and you are welcome to enjoy the perimeter action until they decide what to do with the building in the future. We hop on over to the Finding Nemo submarine voyage, which was supposed to come back to us in winter of this past year. However, that isn't the case. Here we are at summertime, and we are seeing huge signs of progress. All the tables have been cleared out from this queuing space now, and we believe that these walls will be coming down literally any day. A bird's eye view tells us that everything in this space is just about ready to go, and we have heard that the subs are testing now, so very much looking forward to seeing this classic experience back on track, literally, as the submarine voyage takes to the seas once again, and we hear that there might even be a surprise underneath that tarp in the distance. Can't wait to see it ourselves. And for those of you looking forward to meeting the new Lightyear character that inspired Buzz Lightyear over here at the Tomorrowland Terrace, hopefully you had better luck than we did. We came for 2 different scheduled appearances for the Lightyear character, and he was nowhere to be found. In fact, families were sort of milling about waiting for this character to appear, and he never did. Unfortunately, we know that Disney always says the card is subject to change. A great example of that is over here in Fantasyland, where recently the card has changed on multiple occasions as the Fantasyland Theater brought back to life over the Memorial Day weekend holiday this show, The Tale of the Lion King. Well, they have been going days without shows, or having eliminated shows entirely, mainly because there's been a rash of illnesses amongst the cast. When you only have so many people to fill these roles, we understand that it's hard to have a show go on when critical pieces are missing to it. We hope everybody gets better and that the show is back and rockin' and rollin' very soon. Of course, when the show doesn't roll on, the Troubadour Tavern, with all its food offerings, does not roll on either, and keeps its windows completely shut. We move on over into Fantasyland, where, oh, hello Bert, nice to see you. There is a breakfast option over here at the Red Rose Tavern, if you are so inclined. We always like to reference the breakfast options because they are few and far between at the park anymore. And so if you are interested, this is a great quick service option. Very few selections on the menu. However, it is a nice auxiliary choice if you need some grub in the morning. Over at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, some great news as Boba Fett is now lurking about throughout the land. Even better news is that the Mandalorian and Grogu, that's right, Baby Yoda, are on their way to the Galaxy's Edge at some point this year. So we look forward to seeing them, and no doubt they'll make a huge splash when they arrive. We paddle on into Adventureland now, where we wanted to check in on the half-removed Tarzan's Treehouse. And look at this. It's incredible to see. Every time we see it, we kind of get blown away at the fact that there was a massive structure right here. You'd never know it. Just a couple weeks ago, there was a giant tree in the way, and now you see a look here at the padding of where the concrete was poured and just how much space the tree took up. Now a great deal of space for the sake of crowd flow, easing the congestion out of Adventureland. Still questions remain, though, as to what the second portion of the tree over here is going to become, especially since Disney Imagineering said it won't be returning as a Tarzan theme, it'll be returning as something else entirely. And Pirates of the Caribbean still under wraps as they continue to race towards their hopeful reopening of July the 1st. I know that everybody is anticipating a great deal of magic to be sort of woven within this ride since it's been down for so long, and walls still remain up just in front of this attraction only. One of the great signs of progress is the foundational concrete that they've laid here at the main entrance. This was all done in an attempt to try and lasso in all of the lines and queues that were wrapping throughout New Orleans Square for so long. They want to make sure that they can push all of that into the Pirates of the Caribbean area now and out of the way of the bustling crowds through New Orleans Square. And speaking of New Orleans Square, look around outside of the walls in front of Pirates. There are no walls up anymore. After months and months of construction and all the work just completely done for the sake of trying to ease congestion through the land and removing barriers, they are finally done. Blue Bayou Restaurant remains a walk-up location at this time as the iconic view into Pirates of the Caribbean remains blocked by walls since the ride continues to be worked on. So if you want to walk up and dine there, great, you aren't going to have that awesome view that you typically pay for. And right next door to Blue Bayou is the space that we continue to hear is going to be dedicated to something Princess and the Frog related. We saw it get painted, we've seen these signs in the windows now for months, and Disney remains silent on the issue as to what is coming in to this location at 35 Royal Street. If you've heard anything, please let us know. We move on over to Critter Country now, where Splash Mountain is said to be getting that Princess and the Frog overlay very soon, as Anika Noni Rose, the voice of Princess Diana, recently let the cat out of the bag on Ryan and Kelly. However, Disney has not backed up when specifically that's going to happen. We continue to hear rumors throughout the company that this may be shutting down sooner rather than later, so get your final rides in quick. We move on up to Main Street, USA now, where the patriotic bunting is in full array and really allows this space to shine this time of year. Checking in on the Silhouette Studio like we do occasionally, this remains one of the few shops that is still closed after Disneyland reopened last year. Well, we do have good news, and that is this business is hiring once again to staff the location. A tremendous sign of progress. We can't wait to see this baby reopen. A lot of memories made here. Let's talk summer crowds for a second. Certainly everybody wants to know, going into one of the biggest seasons of the year, how are crowds right now? Good news is that reservations seem to be available on most days, including weekends at the moment, where we were seeing through the springtime, reservations were often completely booked out. However, while more people than ever feel like they are in the park, the wait times are not reflecting significant or maximum types of capacities. In fact, the wait times are quite manageable, which is a great sign and very positive if you're coming this summer to Disneyland. Five and Dime singing the hits in front of the Carthay Circle Fountain. Can't say enough about this classy act. And welcome to Disney California Adventure, everybody, where we're going to take a look at some of the projects underway here inside this theme park. And something Disney continues to tease is the return this summer of the Red Car Trolley. Yep, this is one of the stations on Buena Vista Street Bring it back. We cannot wait to ride it once again. Over here in Hollywoodland, we check in on the stage of the Hollywood backlot, and yeah, it's a whole lot of nothing going on here. They are using the stage occasionally for the Imagination Campus, the school groups. However, there is no set show back here. It'd be very helpful during the summertime to have a major entertainment venue being utilized, wouldn't it? And inside the animation building across the street we go, where the Anna and Elsa meet and greet is still completely behind mothballs. We anticipate this coming back to us before fall. However, they have remained mum on the issue. Down here on the east side of the animation building, the facade may be getting some touch-up work. It's hard to tell, but trees have definitely been removed, and no doubt the sidewalk is getting some TLC, as most of the area around Hollywoodland has been going through a phased refurbishment when it comes to their sidewalk work. We'll keep our eye on it. The Hyperion Theater just across the street remains completely shut down. Still no show coming back to the space, at least as of right now. However, their courtyard, which has been utilized for sort of this extra seating that is needed for Avengers Campus and the PIM test kitchen, it continues to be reduced month after month, very curiously, and now it's just down to the sort of quarter of the space being utilized, and now the whole back half of the area that was originally designed to hold the massive crowds going into the Hyperion Theater has been vacated. Now we're wondering why that is, especially when we go over to PIM's test kitchen here in Avengers Campus and recognize that some of their seating has been reduced further. Yeah, look at this. This whole bench area, which had a bunch of tables in it originally, has been completely walled off. Now, we are hearing it's to create shade structures for this space. However, you'd think with limited seating over here that they would keep some of the increased seating over at the auxiliary location. And I'm sure you've seen the viral video by now of Spider-Man crashing through this portion of his rooftop above his attraction. Spider-Man is okay, the roof has been repaired, and Spider-Man continues to do his stunts on the rooftop daily at Avengers Campus. Hey, we just want to say a quick congratulations and celebrate the fact that Cars Land has turned 10 years old. Certainly one of the major milestones of California Adventure's rebirth into version 2.0 was adding this land, one of the most immersive, over-the-top, spectacular lands in any Disney park anywhere. And Luigi's Rollickin' Roadsters, to celebrate, brought Guido out. Now you can meet and greet Guido right in front of the attraction. And yeah, he's very lovable. You walk up, give him a hug if you want to. It's special to have Guido with us inside Cars Land now. Over in Pixar Pier, we want to take a look at just how beautiful it is going into summertime with the World of Color show now working and functioning properly. This park has been through a lot in the last year, and now things are finally settling in and feeling like normal once again. Over at the Ariel's Little Mermaid attraction, walls have finally come down outside of it, but have jumped up just across from it. Yep, a little bit of sidewalk work going on here in front of Embarcadero Gifts. This is a tiny, tiny little corner shop that has never reopened since California Adventure has come back to us. Always very funny that this was a store to begin with, given its tiny, tiny footprint and not something else entirely. We walk on down the pathway here to Seaside Souvenirs, a large wraparound retail location that is getting some TLC behind walls at the moment. Another great thing about this location is that it's playing host and sort of a front doormat to arriving guests from the Paradise Pier Hotel. Why is that? Well, you'll see just beyond the umbrellas, there is a new, sort of very unassuming entry portal for Paradise Pier Hotel guests only. That's right. And if you were to exit through this portal from California Adventure, it'll take you on a winding walkway and it will drop you right here at Disney's Grand Californian Hotel and Spa. That's right. It drops you right out onto this sidewalk. In fact, right where that green umbrella is in the distance, right before you enter the property for the Grand Californian Hotel and Spa, you have an option to turn right and go on the winding path on into California Adventure. Speaking of the Paradise Pier Hotel, here it is in all of its mediocre glory. I say that because so many things remain offline for amenities inside, and they're still charging the high prices, unfortunately. But we know that the Pixar theme is coming soon to this hotel, and we are already seeing developments as the lights surrounding the perimeter columns of the hotel seem to have had their sunshine medallions removed, and we know for a fact, given the concept art, what is supposed to be replacing that, and these are the Luxo balls from Pixar. You see here in this concept art that these Luxo balls will definitely pop and stand out. It seems like a final decorative option rather than sort of a first thing that they might be doing. So perhaps there's just routine maintenance going on. We will keep our eye on it for you and let you know of any developments. As always, the restaurants, the bar service, the quick service locations, all offline in this hotel property at this point. However, one of the great things that has finally returned, and just in time for summer, happens to be their pool deck. Yep, take a look. Everything's been resurfaced. Everything's been repainted. This entire area looking more vibrant than ever. In fact, this is one of the few rooftop locations where you can enjoy fireworks from. They pipe in the music every single night. So there is a really cool option here to still enjoy not just your poolside service, but also your fireworks experience and not have to go all the way back into the park. You see all these sort of drought-friendly plants that they've planted in and around this location. It does give a sunshine and sand vibe, which is really cool. Speaking of poolside, we move on over to the Disneyland Hotel now, where that Disney Vacation Club Tower has reached a bit of a milestone, finally reaching up past the monorail water slide structure. Yep, it's fascinating to watch this sucker grow and grow each day. It's going to have a commanding view of not just this pool, it's going to have its own pool on the backside of the tower too. Can't wait to see what it all looks like when it's finished up. We slide on into downtown Disney now to take a look at some of the construction footprint that is underway now that they've removed AMC Theater, Earl of Sandwich, Sugar Boost, Starbucks, all of those shops gone. You get an idea as to just how large the footprint is for redevelopment here on the west side, which is really exciting to see, especially when you realize that all of these new shops are going to add some green spaces and a few more recreational opportunities to this end of the property. Not a whole lot going on behind the walls at the moment, but we know that that's going to pick up here very quickly. One of the ongoing exhibits here in downtown Disney right now is the Soul of Jazz, an American Adventure. This is in the former home of the ESPN Zone, taking up just sort of a corner area, what used to be the retail space for ESPN Zone. This exhibit is now something you can enjoy between now and July the 4th. So hop on in and get educated on all things jazz in this location. Of course, this is all a part of the Celebrate Soulfully experience, part of something Disney is doing between both parks and the downtown Disney district right now. You can even enjoy some family craft activities. You can create some memories together at their music-themed craft station located near the Downtown Disney Live Stage. And of course, nightly live entertainment at the Downtown Disney Live Stage going on all the way through July the 4th, all in a celebration of Black culture. In addition to the celebration of Black culture, diversity and inclusion is big in the month of June, and Disney has gone all out with all these beautiful topiaries throughout downtown Disney. Let's take a look. Thanks so much for being a part of the update today. For all things Disney Parks news, headlines, analysis, and more, make sure you are subscribed to the channel with that notification bell turned on so you never miss a thing. And if we've earned it, a thumbs up means an awful lot. And for the Kingdom Report, I'm Wade Heath. We'll see you next time for another installment of the Disneyland Drop-In.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.